Hello, my name is Sackett, and we are playing FTB Plexiglass Mountain. And last time we set up this whole bananas nuclear fission setup outside so that we can make radioactive waste. And today, I still can't quite get over that. Today, we're going to use that waste. I think it's polonium? Yeah, that's it. So we need a solar neutron activator. Now, I don't know how these are going to work. I don't know if we're going to need more than one of them. There's a lot I don't know, so we're just going to go ahead and make a recipe and take it out there and see what happens. So I've unhooked this tube from the radioactive waste barrel, and we might actually take these basic ones off and replace them with elite. I don't think we can ever move this thing, even though we barely used it. I did try, and I had to restore from backup, so gotta watch out. It says it's empty, but every god help you break that block. Okay, we got sun, we got, what are we at? Just 0.1 millibuckets a tick, right? Okay. That's gonna about keep up with the fuel we're making. Now the question is, are we gonna get this thing filling up with waste? And it looks like we're getting it full up as something. It's full of steam. It's full of steam. Okay, I think I have this thing set to output waste now. That's just super annoying. And boy, these things take a long time to break. Okay. So let's go ahead and switch this. We put the steam just in there. Make this an input again. Just let me get this set. Okay. This reactor is stressful. Okay, let's see what happens here. We got a little bit of fuel in here. Let's see if this fills up with the right stuff. I think this one was set to output the coolant. It must have happened when I changed the pipe. Now, I did notice watching the episode over that this thing was emitting radiation into the general area. I hope not too much. Okay, there's slowly waste coming in. We don't have any. It's producing a little bit, but I don't know where it's going. This pipe at least is full of, or tube I should say, it's full of steam, so that's good. I took the tank out of the equation, and the tank may just not work with the waste, because we're slowly getting polonium over here. Now we're going to need to process it quickly. So we made another pressurized reaction chamber. We're going to want to output over here, but that's items. We want gas, gases. We want output over here, right? Let's see. Okay, now we're talking. Now we're talking. It was the config over here. I keep incrementally increasing the burn rate. Default is 0.1 millibucket a tick. We're now moving to 0.4. We want to watch this temperature graph and make sure that it doesn't get too high. And okay, so we're still producing enough fuel to keep up. Oh, that's right. This thing doesn't work in the night. It's solar. the turbine is finally starting to turn. I think that's just visual. Like, it hasn't, like, the fact that it hasn't turned hasn't affected our energy production. But, it's not turning very fast. But I bet it will turn faster as this increases. Okay, I think that burn rate's a little much. Let's go back to 0.5. It's still a little radioactive here. Just can't get in there fast enough, can it? What if we upgrade it to ultimate? Will that make it any faster? Ah, that's better. Gotta make sure I don't start growing a second head. Yeah, even with the ultimate cables, the 0.6 burn rate is putting radiation out into the atmosphere here. So it looks like 0.5 is gonna be our limit. Boy, I would feel a lot better if that would stop. Hey, check it out. There's an X-ray glitch with the ultimate pressurized tubes. See down the lava in the cave. It's pretty cool. Okay, we're gonna stay the night out here. And by stay the night, I mean we're just gonna stand here for 10 minutes and watch this thing. I want to know, it looks like we stabilized at 0.4 millibuckets of fuel per tick. We don't have any green particle effects anymore anyway. What I want to find out is if we start getting them when this thing can't process the waste in its buffer, and also if this speed is enough to fill the buffer overnight. I think we could add... Actually, I don't see any place to add upgrades into this thing. Like I do over here, so I guess we probably can't upgrade this thing to increase the size of the internal tank. We shall see what happens. Ugh. Me and my brilliant ideas. Now hopefully come sunrise, we'll see our first polonium pellet and our first spent nuclear waste, which I'm hoping I can deal with this barrel. That's another barrel we can never move. I guess until such time as we're ready to abandon our island and our whirligigs and drigmies to the tender mercies of our hubris. That didn't make any sense. Okay, we're about halfway through the night. Doesn't look like this is gonna fill up, so that's good. It's also giving us a significant amount. Now each 1,000 is only 100 in here, but we should see our first polonium tablet not too long after sunrise. Okay, it's the early morning hours. We're starting to see the sun come over the horizon. We're getting just a little bit of okay, we got just a little bit there. Actually, it looks like we're getting more than a little bit, doesn't it? It seems to be dissipating. And I think we got our first pellet. Okay. I think I want a Geiger counter. There is one. Let's see. Radiation exposure, 99.999. Over here it's 99.999. Over here, it's 99.999. Let's go all the way over here. Over here, it's 99.999. I'm beginning to think that that's a normal level of radiation. Okay, so it's exactly the same in the end. I wonder if the Geiger counter isn't working. The video I saw was seemed to be for 1.16, but it looked like it went into the red at 100. And it's weird that everywhere is just the smallest possible measurable increment below dangerous. So we might be flying blind. Now I have an idea that if this was actually dangerous, we'd be seeing those green particle effects. I'm not sure that's true. Yeah, there's a little bit of spent nuclear waste in there. Okay, we can't ever move that thing. This thing's empty. I forget if we hooked this up before I made the backup and had to recreate the world after, load from save, basically. I did not know about all the radiation and everything else we'd be dealing with this, but hopefully it'll end up all being worth it. Now we do have our first polonium pellet, and I'm not going to take it out of there. I think it would be fine. I think it would be the fine as like uranium or something, but I will test that at some point, but not today. What we're going to end up doing with it is not the fusion reactor, although that's, it's a possibility. What we really want is the stuff for the supercritical phase shifter multi-block. That's how we're going to get our antimatter. And the antimatter, 4 millibuckets worth, will allow us to turn a coal into diamond every 1,000 ticks. It's worth a shot. We're ticking up on diamonds. We got about 7,000, but we certainly don't have the 500,000 that we need to make the quintuple compressed diamond block. Okay, we seem to have reached equilibrium here. The one thing we got to keep an eye on is this barrel right here. We get looks like a bucket's worth of spent nuclear waste every time we get a polonium tablet, and this will void it for a given level of voided. My understanding is, based on what happened off camera, is that even if this says nothing, if there's been something in it, it's gonna ruin your day if you break it. But if this will if this will drain by the time this thing's ready to produce another tablet, which it looks like it will, then we should be okay. It's gonna take a little while, but I think we really only need about 100 of the tablets to do what we want to do. And at that point, we should know whether or not all of this was necessary based on how close we are to the quintuple compressed diamond block that we need to make the creative vending upgrade. I'm going to feel really silly if it turns out that the whirly sprig is just going to get us the diamonds faster, but there's only one way to find out. Now that we've kind of got that at least somewhat squared, look at this just towering over everything back there. Now that we got that somewhat squared away, I want to start working towards something else. We're going to want the creative spell book from Ars Nouveau. Now, the next tier of this is going to cost us, among other things, Totem of Undying, which we don't have. So I'm using our structure compass to try to find mansions. Now, because we have repurposed structures in the pack, there's a lot of different varieties, so hopefully we'll find one of them. Oh, hey, we found one. It's not even that far away. Okay, we're going to try to catch ourselves an evoker. That's like due north. Okay, it's here in this ominous woods. just kind of loading in. Let's see if we can find ourselves the entrance. Very good. There's one right over there, here on the second floor. Gotcha! Yeah! But here's another one on the second floor. We're just gonna kill this one. Okay, so here's what the souped up chests in here look like. Nothing too special, but nothing to sneeze at either. But this one's got all the statues. We got the cat statue over here. I saw the... what do you call it? The, okay, we're gonna try to grab one more. Just in case something goes wrong. The Vindicator statue, that guy. We didn't find any more chests in there, but we did find 5 evokers, which is pretty good. We're gonna see if we can't get one into a cave. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put him in a little holding cell in the Hall of Jerks here. And hopefully he won't kill anybody else, and we'll get the name tag on him. And let's see, there are probably Vexes out there. I have to deal with those guys. Yeah. Come on. Come here. Oh, it's underground. Come and meet your doom. Okay, yeah, there he is. Now, hopefully, I think the golem must have gotten one of the Vexes. Hopefully now the Drigme will be able to produce us a never-ending stream of totems of undying from this jerk. Now, we're also going to need to do the first ritual for Ars Nouveau that we've done in this pack to upgrade to the Tier 3 spellbook. We're going to need a ritual brazier, which is a pedestal, a source gem block, and some gold. No big deal. We're also going to need a tablet. And it's not that or that. Tablet of Summon Wilden. This is what we're looking for. So we'll just make a block of lapis. And where to go? There we go. And we're going to need 1 each of the Wilden drops. Nice. Now, what we're doing is we're summoning a boss, and he can make a real mess. So we're going to do it a little ways away from the base here. The way this works, you pop the tablet on there and you get that animation. We could either right-click now, or we could augment with 1 each of the drops that we're getting from our Drigme setup. Then we right-click. Now, if we hadn't done the augments, we would have just gotten a bunch of... Oh, hello, Drigme. You're gonna hate this. Since if we didn't do the augments, we would have gotten a bunch of Wilden, but since we did, we got the boss here. And we're gonna take him down to his health's gone phase 1. Here's phase 2. This guy can really do a number on you. Not on us at this point, but we're gonna kind of house him. He did manage to do a little bit of damage to us, which is kind of impressive. Now, this is the guy that has a tendency to explode. And we're just gonna chase him right up here into the air. Okay, yeah. I guess he doesn't just explode anymore, he does a big jump. I feel like he exploded in 1.16. This mod's been changing a lot. They do a great job with it, whoever does this thing. Out of the way. The main thing we wanted from that was this wild and tribute. That is a crafting ingredient in the tier 3 spell book, which is also what we needed the Totem of Undying for. And we got 4 now, so I think our Drigme is doing the thing. So we'll need the totem, a nether star, the wild and tribute, some ender pearls, some emeralds, and we got our tier 3 spell book. Now this will allow us to put tier 3 glyphs in, but it's also what we need to make the creative spell book. So let's see what's all involved. Oh, okay, just a power globe. No big whoop. Throw it all in here. And is that not how that works? Oh, that's the anvil. We're in the wrong GUI, folks. Okay. Now the advantage of the creative spellbook is that we'll never run out of source. It'll just cast. So the next thing to do, I think, is to learn all of the glyphs. And it turns out to progress, we're going to need a Starbuncle shard. You find these guys in the wild, like you do Drigmes and Whirly Sprigs. Their thing is a gold nugget. Give them a gold nugget, they'll give you, ooh, we got 2. Now what is that, another Starbuncle? That's a Whirly Sprig. We got plenty of Whirly Sprig shards. So what the Starbuncle is, it's kind of like it like will sit down and it'll do it'll pick up items in a range and deposit them into an inventory. They're actually really cool. What we need it for, though, is to make some of this essence. This essence is a crafting ingredient with the scribes table up here that we made what seems like a long time ago. For a lot of the glyphs, for instance, the one we're trying to make now, it's a couple slime balls and an abjuration essence. The abjuration essence is fermented. Well, let's go out there. So we're out here by the source setup that's running our Whirly Sprig and our Drigme. And what we need here is a carbuncle shard, right? And we just got a bunch of them. Now what we're making is this conjuration essence. It's just as good as an example as the abjuration essence. These all are the same. They use different recipes, but they all use the same mechanic. And we've used this before to make the metal shards. We just need some source gems. There we go. And like with the metal shards, you put the source gem in there this time, and you get your essence, which is a crafting ingredient in you know, any number of glyphs. What's nice is you can see how many. Like we're gonna need this one in 5. We're gonna need this air essence in 8, you know, so on. Now for one of the glyphs, we do need sponges, so we'll have to do a temple. I made our underwater spell, since mana is no source, is no longer an object. We can just cast it. This is not an ocean temple. Why did I think? Oh, there's one right in front of us. I see. Okay. Yeah. Okay, we've already been to this one. We still don't have any sponges. I don't think there's a sponge room in there. Okay, we found another one easily enough. Okay, we got him. And this one does have... Where's our Paxel? This one does have a sponge room. So we'll be all set. Now for another glyph, we will need runic chalk, and we'll need some mage bloom fiber, one of the essences, and some bone meal. Yeah, runic chalk and tripwire hook. We're just gonna make them all. And I think that's gonna about do it for this time. Once again, we made a lot of progress. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.